Okay, I am Shanta Priyaratna from IT Center. In this module, we are going to discuss word processing, right? So, when you talk about the word processing, actually, what is word processing, right? So, the word processing is the process of using computer or computer package to create and then edit text, graphics. It may be in letters, or it may be in reports, or it may be in messages, or even it may be in web pages, right? So you can do those things uh, using a computer package, right? So there are a number of packages available to do the word processing, right? So in this course, we are going to study Microsoft Office package, right? So Microsoft Office package. So in this Office package, there is applications of that called MS Word, or we call Microsoft Word, right? So which can be used for word processing, right? So there are some other word processing applications as well, right? So you may study, you may heard about there's a package called uh, uh, OpenOffice. So under the OpenOffice, there's a word processing application called a Writer, right? So in this code, we are going to use a Microsoft Office package. So therefore, we can study Microsoft Word, right? So how to open application in a Windows 10 environment, right? So just you can go to the uh, this start menu, right? So just you can click on this start icon, or just you can use the keyboard, right? There's a key to this start menu. There's a key called a Windows key, right? So which is labeled by Windows flag, right? So Windows icon, right? So in here we can have this application list, right? So in here the easiest way is just you can search the application by its name, right? So in here search, say, word starting from W, type W, then W, or then you can find what are the application which is start from W, right? So in here we can have this word, right? Or just click on this icon, then you can have this word application, right? So when you open this word application, right, so there are two frames, right? So in left hand side frame you can find the what are the most recently opened documents from this through this application. On the right hand side you can find this uh, so these are called templates, right? So here, actually, in this course, we are going to use this blank document, right? Because we are going to study how to do this formatting and those things, right? So there are some already available templates are there. If you want later on, you can use these templates and edit as you want, right? So first of all, I use this blank document, right? So I'll take this blank document, and then so once if you open this application, so first of all you have to save this document, right? So that's the main thing that you have to do in any process, right? So first of all, I'm going to save this. So in here, right? So in here we can have these are called tabs, right? So we can have tabs, right? So in order to save this, there's a tab called file. Actually, we call this is file menu, right? So from this menu, there's option called a save as. All right. So for the first time, that means if you want to assign a name for your file, you have to use this save as option, right? Then in here you can find you can have other what are the places that you can use for saving your document, right? So uh, in this case, I'm going to save this document in my computer, right? So in here, you can have an option called this PC, or there's option called browse. You can browse the what you call the locations which are available in your computer, right? So by default, it's called the documents location, right? So I'm not going to save my document in here. I select say desktop, right? So from here you can find the desktop, or if you want to save in any drive in your hard disk, you can save, you can select your drive from here. All right, so for the time being I use this desktop, And then from here I'll create a folder, right? So in your case you can create a folder by using your registration number. Say VS, I don't know your badge is, I think there is a, say yeah, badge number is not there. Say VS, think it may be say 20, right? 20 is 001, right? So if your personal computer, so if it is your personal computer, you need to create a folder by using your registration number. But if it is in a common place like computer laboratories which are in university, you have to create a unique folder for you, right? So I use this folder, right? And then especially when you save your file, right? So in here, so there's a text box called file name, right? So in here you can assign a name for your file, right? So when you assign a file name, you have to use a meaningful name, right? So meaningful name. So in my case, say this is exercise one, right? So say if it is exercise one, I can save this one as exercise one. So if it is your assignment or whatever thing, you have to use the meaningful name, right? So I use the exercise one, right? So I use exercise one, right? And then the default file extension is docs, right? So after assign this file name, right? So just I would say uppercase E, exercise one, and then click on this save option, right? So you can click on this save button, right? Okay. Okay, now I have saved my document, right? So once if you save your document successfully, so you can find your document name or the file name from here, right? So it's a exercise one dot docx. So this is the file name, right? And then this is my application, Word, right? So in this main bar, you can find your file name and the application name. So therefore, this is called a title bar, right? Actually, this is called title bar, right? Now let's see what are the options that we have in this application. Or let's see this application environment, right? So this is as I told earlier, uh, as I told you earlier, so this is a title bar, right, which contain the name of the application and then the file name. And then we have used this file menu. And then here there are a set of tags, right? So we call these are tabs, right? So this is called home tab, insert tab. Likewise, these are called tabs, right? So each tab contain their own this kind of we call this is a ribbon, right? So this is home ribbon, right? So this is called ribbon. So in this ribbon we can have a set of categories, right? Sort of set of groups. Actually, we call groups. So this is a font group. That means you can do font formatting using this font group, right? So you can do this paragraph formatting using this paragraph group. So these are available styles, right? And then editing group. So all these are available in this home tab, right? So this is home tab, and then this is another different tab which we call this is insert tab, right? So likewise there are set of tabs are there, right? And then in here we have a we call a ruler. This is called ruler option. This is a horizontal and vertical rule options are there. Actually, sometimes that is not there. So if it is not there, you can go to this view tab, and then in here there is a, group called show, right? So just if you untick this rule option, we can find this ruler in here. So if you want to apply this rule option, you can tick here, right? So this is rule option, right? So that's about this tabs and the ribbons, right? And then from the bottom of this application, so from the bottom of this application we can find there's option called status bar, in here, right? So in here you can find uh, how many pages are in my document. So for the time being I have only one page, and then the whole document is also contain one page, and then a number of words in my document. So in here there are no words that are mentioned in here, that is zero words, right? And then in here from the right hand bottom corner, right? So we can find, so what is the layout of this what is the view layout of my uh, document, right? So there are a set of layouts. So for the right now it is in print layout. So it is in print layout. So if you want to navigate to the web layout, so you can click on you can navigate to the web layout, right? Print layout. So how it is viewing print out, right? So those are the basic things that you have that you want to discuss in we have, that we have to discuss in basic features, right? So in addition to that, so in here we call this is a quick access toolbar, right? So by using this toolbar, right? So we can add some option to here, right? So for the time being, I have only save option, right? So save option. Once if you made modification, you can go click on this. By clicking on this save option, you can save your document, right? So which is available in file menu as well, but by quickly we can access the options which are available in this quick access toolbar, right? So in addition to that, there are a set of options that we can add into this quick access toolbar, right? So if you want, you can add this and add new file. So we can create a blank document using this uh, new file option, right? So you can add those options to here, right? And then in right hand top corner, we can have these options: minimize, and then the maximize, and then close option. So if you want to minimize this document, just you can click on this option and it will be minimized on your taskbar, right? So which is in here, right? If you want, you can restore it, right? So if you want, I click on here, you can resize your document, right? So this is maximum, right? Likewise, right? Okay, okay. So that's about the basic features or the basic environment of this MS Word application, right? And then now let's go to the what we can do use by using this application, right? So as I told earlier, you can create reports and the letters, all those things, and then you can do the formattings, right? So first of all, let's see how to call insert a text into my document, right? So you say just I type some content in here, right? So for the time being, I'll take some text from Google, right? Then I use those text in here, right? So it says the word processing refer the act of the using computer to create like that, right? So in here, assume. Now I feel now this line is this space is not enough. So then I can go to the next line. But don't do that, right? When you type some text in here, so in order to go to the next line, no need to put, press enter, right? So just you can type this, right? So even I feel this is this place, this space is not enough, just I can type, right? So in order likewise, when you type, right? So if it is if this space is not enough, right? So by automatically this application go to the next line, right? So say in order to do this, right? Likewise, right? Don't press this enter key, right? So once if you press enter key, so in later on when you do some formatting, so those are not applied, right? So that's the first thing, that when you type a particular text, don't use the enter key except breaking paragraph. So if you want to break paragraphs, just you can use the enter key, right? If you want to what you call the break paragraphs, you can use enter key, right? So for the time being, I just use this random paragraph from the word processor, right? So let's see, say 5 comma 5, how many lines and then number of paragraphs in here, right? So no need to worry about that, right? So this is for used for only for the teaching purpose, right? So here I have 5 paragraphs, so each paragraph having a 6 lines. So that's why I put here, right? So I call sign ran being random, and then 5 paragraphs, each paragraph having six sentences, right? Okay, right now I have 5 paragraphs in my document, right? Right now you can find, right? So in here still I have only one page, and in here, right? So that's this is why I specify at the beginning here. number of words available in my document, right? It says 478 right now. So in here, I don't use enter key except in these places, right? So in this place, so this is the break of these two paragraphs, right? So this is the breaking point of these two paragraphs, right? So in here, I use the enter key, right? So for the time being, if I use enter key in here, right? So assume in second paragraph, so assume right now I use the enter key, right, in here, and then in here I use the enter key, right, the word say new, right, so okay, like that, right. So you can what you call check where that I have used the enter key, right. So in home tab, right, so under this paragraph group, right, so inside this paragraph group there's option called show and hide, right. uh, Once if you enable this show and hide option, so you can find where that we use this enter key, right. So in here it indicates, so in here we use enter key. So in this document in here we use the enter key, here we use, actually I use this enter key in here, I demonstrate it, right. So this is not a good practice, right. So don't use enter key at the end of this line, right. So except breaking paragraph, so if it is break paragraph breaking point, then you can use this enter key, right. So in this document you can find, right. So in here this is the paragraph breaking point, so this is paragraph breaking, this is paragraph breaking here, here, right. So all those places are breaking paragraphs, but in here, right, here you can find, right, so there is no using enter key, all right. So these points are not using enter keys, right. So once if you use the enter key in here, just you can select here and then press delete key, all right. So then entity will be deleted, right. So in here actually you can have two symbols, right. So this is one of them, right, so which indicate the where the place where use the enter key, and then there's another symbol, this dot symbol, this dot is there, actually dot indicate uh, the number of spaces, right. So between two words we can have only one space. So for the time being, if I use several spaces, right, several space keys are there, so several spaces, actually there are four spaces, so that is not good practice, right. So you can use only one space between two words, right. So two words can be separate by using the one space, all right. So those are the basics, right. So otherwise you can't do this formatting proper way, right. Okay, and then I remove this, right. Okay, then next one is, so how to do formatting, how to do this paragraph formatting and then text formatting. Let's see this, right. So how to do paragraph formatting and text formatting, all right. So if you want to do formatting in a Word document, first of all, you have to select whatever text that you want to format, right? So, for example, if you want to format this particular word, right, video, I have to select it, right? I have to select it. So let's see how to do this selection in my document, right? Okay. So if you want to select one particular word, right? So let's see this word called powerful. Just you can click on your mouse at the beginning of this word and click on your mouse, left mouse key, and then drag into right side. Likewise, I can select. That is one method. Or just you can double click on, so whatever word that you want to select. All right. So that about selecting a particular word, right? So if you want to select entire line, so this line number one, right? Just you can click on the beginning of the line and click a left mouse button and then drag into right side. That is one method. All right. And then there is another method, right. So if you go to the beginning of the this line, right, so in here you can see this symbol of the mouse will be changed, right now it is in arrow symbol. In this moment I can click on here, right. So by one click, will be selected this entire will be select the entire line, right? So by clicking on here, entire line will be selected, right? Like this, right? Entire line will be selected. So once if you double click on this area, the entire paragraph will be selected. Entire paragraph will be selected, right? So if you click three times, right, in here, so entire uh, document. So this in this page, I have only five paragraphs. All those paragraphs are selected, right? Or just you can use Control key with A. A means all. Then all text, all the content will be selected. Likewise, you can select uh, one line. So by click on one, by click twice, you can select the entire paragraph. By clicking three times on here, you can select the entire content. Right. So likewise, you can select the whatever content that you want to format. Right. Okay. First of all, let's see how to format this paragraph. Right. So in here, right. So I want to format this first paragraph. Right. So then I have to select the entire paragraph. Right. So under this home tab, right, so there's a group called paragraph, right, this paragraph group, right. So in here, by using this option, you can change the line space. Line space means the space between two line, right. So this is the default space, 1.5, right. So 1.15, 2, right. Likewise, you can still change the space between two line, right. So by using this line space option, you can change the space between two line, right. So if you want to keep one space between two consecutive lines for the whole document, just you have to select entire document and then go to the paragraph. So in here there's option called line spacing, so just you can keep say 1.5, right. So it will be common for all the paragraphs in this document, right. Okay, that's one. And then next one is how to align these paragraphs. So by default, it's aligned to the left hand side. This is called left align. So if you want, you can align to the right hand side, right? So then the right hand edge is aligned, right? And then if you want, you can align into the center, right? Center. Or if you want, you can justify, you can align both right and left side. So it is called justify, right? So the default one is left align, right? That is the old text in your paragraphs move to the left edge of the page, right? And then next one is the right align, right? So in here, the all the text in your documents move to the towards to the right edge of the page, right? And then next one is center line, center line. So center line means the each line of the text is centered across the page, right? So each line is centered across the page. And then next one is justify. Justify is the text or the words are spread throughout the entire page, right? So those are the main alignments, right? So I keep the first one as say left align, and then I align the second paragraph into say right, and then say third one is say centered, and then let's see the fourth one is say justify, right? So now you can realize what is the difference between this alignment. So here all the text are moved towards the left edge of the page. Here all the text move towards the right edge, and then here those text are centered across the page, and then here those text are spread through the page, and then in here uh, I have another option, right, which is not in here in this paragraph formatting, right. So there is a separate window to do that. So I'll click on this arrow on this right hand bottom corner of this paragraph book, right, and then go to the paragraph uh, window, right. So The things that we have to do in these options are available in here, right? So in here, in addition to that, in here there's option called indentation, indent, indent, right? So by default, this is indent to left, right, by 0 inch, right? So this is the left hand edge, this is the left edge. So this is the right edge of my document, right? So if you want, you can keep some space, some indent from the left hand side, right? So you can see this how this is applied for your document by using this preview, right? So if you want, you can keep indent, right? So I'll put say zero point 0.5, right? So and then click OK. Now you can see, right? So the all the lines are move zero point 0.5 by zero point 0.5 from the left hand edge. So this is the left edge. So this is indentation, right? So how can I do this, right? Go to the paragraph window and then here there's option called indent, right? So by default this is zero indent, like this, right? If you want, you can indent by right side as well. So this is indent from right side, right? Likewise, you can indent from left to right, right? If you want, you can keep zero as well. And there's a special indentation as well. So if you want, you can indent on the first line. So here you can find this preview, all right? So you can see this preview. If you want, you can indent the first line by zero point 0.5 inch, right? The first line is indent. Oh, there's a special indentation, right? So there's an option called hanging. Hang. You know what I mean by hang. So this preview is there, right? So now you can see all the lines except the first one is hang from this hang by the first one, right? So that means except the first line, all the other sentences or the lines are indent, right? So I keep say 1 inch. Now we can see except first one, all the other rest of the paragraph are indent, right there, right? So hanging, this is called hanging. Hanging means actually these lines are hang on and first one, right? So this is called hanging, right? So likewise, you can do the uh, number of formatting uh, they are, right? So and then you can keep spaces like line spaces and all those things are there, right? So you can do those paragraph formatting as you wish, right? Okay, so that's about the paragraph formatting. And then next, let's see how to do this font formatting, right? Font formatting. Okay, in order to do the demonstrate this font formatting, I use I save this, right? So I have modified this document, therefore I have to save this. I can use this quick access toolbar, or just I can use the keyboard shortcut, Control with S, Control S, right? So by using those shortcuts, I can save my document, right? So in order to do this font formatting, right? So I'll create another document, right? Just I open this Word document by searching on this menu, and then say I save this one as say go to File and Save As, and then I use this browse, and then I have already create folder using say my registration number. For the example, say BS20001. So this is font formatting. Therefore, I use say font formatting, right? Font formatting. So that's my file name, right? Okay. Now, what you asked to do, assume, yeah. So if you ask to format my document like this, right? So this is my content, right? So which contain these two paragraphs, and then the one of title is there, and then one image is there, one table is there. So in here under this instructions, right? So the instructions explain what but how to format this document, right? So for the time being, so first of all, what you have to do, you have to type this entire content without the formatting, right? So first of all, I type these two paragraphs without formatting. Just what you have to do, you have to enter this text, all right? Okay. So for time saving, I copied this text into my document, right? So I copy this text, right? So without this formatting, right? So if you want to clear all the formatting, so that's why I copy. So just you can select entire text, all right? So by Control A or whatever selection method. So just there's an option called clear formatting. So under this font formatting, font category or font group, there's an option called clear formatting. Clear all the formatting, right? So it will clear all the formatting that we have done in my document. Okay, now this is my text. So these are the instructions that I have to follow, right? So in here, there's a separate document which contain the instructions. Okay, so these are the instructions that I have to follow, right? So actually, it says the format of the heading of the paragraph. So this is the heading, right? So actually, so this text should be uppercase letters, right? So uppercase letters, right? So assume it says the veterinary medicine, right? So assume this is your title, right? So for the time being. So this is for your title, right? So it should be in uppercase. All right. So how to type uppercase? You know how to type this uppercase in keyboard. You can use the caps lock, so shift key, right? But once if you type in lowercase, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about that, right? So by you can change this case. You can change this lowercase into the uppercase. How to change it, right? So I have told you, first of all, if you want to do any modification, you have to select entire text. I select entire text. And then by using this font category, there's an option to change your case into the uh, lowercase or into the uppercase, or there's a case called toggle case, right? So let's see. So now all the text are in lowercase. If you want to change, you can go to the uppercase, right? Or if you want to change into sentence case, right, which is only the first letter is in uppercase, right? So this is sentence case. If you want to invert this means all the text are in uppercase except first one. That is the inversion. We call that is toggle case, right? Like this, all right? So likewise, you can change your case, right? So this is uppercase, okay? And then it says the change the font type, size, and then you are asked to use this text format in bold, right? And then you have to align it and underline it. Let's take one by one, right? So if you want to change the font type, so as I told earlier, if you want to do any modification or any formatting, you have to select it. First of all, you have to select it. So from this font category, you can change the font type. All right. So in here you can select the font type, or you can search it. Right. So it says the font type is German. Just you can select by name of the font type. So it says the German. Okay. And then from here you can change the size. It says the 14. All right. And then you have to bold it like this, and then you have to underline it. All right, so you can underline from here, right? And then you have to align center like this. That's all. And then in addition to that, if you want, you can change this font color like this. So from here you can change the font color. So these are the basic colors are there, right? Some most what you call frequently used colors are there. If you want some additional colors, you can go to the more colors, and then from here you can create any color as you wish, right? Okay, so that's about the font color. Okay, that's about the header formatting. And then you asked to format these two paragraphs. So all the paragraphs should be justified, right? So then I'll select both paragraph, right? So I can select the first paragraph like this, and then from here I can justify, right? And it says the line spacing is 1.5. From here I can change the line space. It says 1.5, and then the font type should be bell empty. So from here I can change the font type, right? So from here I can change the size, that is 12. Okay, and then there's a special case that is called the first letter should be drop cap. You know what's meant by drop cap? So this is drop cap, right? The first letter is dropped. So in here it's dropped to the say two lines, right? So let's see how can we do this drop cap. How can we add this drop cap option? right? So how to add this drop cap option? So in order to do this drop cap, so which is available in insert tab. Insert tab. Go to the insert tab. So under this insert tab, the end of this tab, there's option called so in here drop cap, drop cap, right? So there are two options: dropped or in margin, right? In margin means the except first letter, all the sentence are in a particular indentation, right? Or just you can drop the first letter up to several lines, right? So I'll select the first one, say dropped, right? It says the, because in this instruction it says drop cap with span in two lines. That means the first letter should be spanned to the two line, right? So I'll select the drop option, and so by default it's dropped to the three line. So if you want to do some additional formatting, you can go to this drop cap options, drop cap options. So select the first one, sorry, select the dropped option, and then this is the font type, and then how many lines should be dropped, right? So in here I'll select two and click OK, right? Likewise, you can drop your paragraph into several lines. So that's about the first paragraph formatting. And then I'll go to the next one. Next one. So this is the second paragraph. It should be the same font, that is bell empty, and I'll select the enter paragraph and then change the font type, and then the size should be 12, and then line spacing. From here line spacing should be 2, right? And then it says the paragraph should be indent 5 inch from left. How to indent from the left hand edge, right? 0.5 inch, right? So in here, go to the paragraph, and then from here you can indent from left, say zero point 0.5. Here you can see the preview how it is applied, right? Click OK, and then from here you can justify the paragraph. So that's about the paragraph formatting, right? Okay, that's about the paragraph formatting. Okay, so this is about the formatting. So in addition to that, yeah, assume. Right now I have say so this is I am in a second paragraph, right? So after the second paragraph, I can move my indent point to the left side by dragging this option to the left side, right? So assume there's another title which is in same formatting. So this is veterinary medicine. So let's see, for the time being, I'll take, so this is my second topic. So this is, let's say, second heading, right? So we should be in exact formatting like first heading. So how can we do this? Right? If you want, you can select the first one and then find the formatting Garaman, and then bold, underline, and then the font size, and then font color, and then indentation. All those are there. If you want, you can select this and then go to the here and then say select Garaman and bold, underline, and then font color, and then centered, and then here from here you can change the case, and then from here you can uh, set the font size. All right, so but that is very difficult because in here it's okay, because all those both text are in one particular page, but sometimes it is in two different page, right? So in those cases we can't do like this. So how can you do this, right? So if you want actually this you can change this case. So if it is lowercase, you can do this, you can change into the uppercase. That's the change in case. But if you want to do this the same formatting, how can we do that, right? So you can select this, and then you can take this formatting by using format paint, right? Format paint option, take this formatting into this brush, and then I can apply it by like this, right? So I'll do again. So just you can select this and then take this formatting into my brush and then apply like this, right? So likewise, by easily you can copy the formatting by using this format paint option, right? Which will be very easy than the doing the same thing again and again, right? I think that is very easy for your formatting works, right? Okay. Okay, that's about the formatting. And then next one is how to apply numberings, numbers, right? So how to apply numbers, right? So in here, right, in here you can find. So in here, veterinary professionals are the title, and then veterinary workers, and then here the numbering is 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, likewise, right? So in here, this is second point, veterinary research, and then this is the 2.5, likewise, so the sub numbering are here, right? So let's see how to apply this numbering in our document, right? Okay. Okay, for the time being, I'll add some sub levels like this. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to do this numbering, right? So first of all, I'll take this for the time being. I'll take this list to my document, right? So this is my document, right? So veterinary professionals, right? So I'll change this name, say veterinary professionals, right? So for time saving, I take this and left align. I'll delete this topic, right? Okay, veterinary professional. So I have this list, right? So I have this list. So in here I have the list, all right? So this is my list, all right? Okay, sorry, not this one. So this is my list that I want to apply this number formatting. So I clear this formatting. You know how to clear this formatting, and then I remove this numbering. All right. So I remove this numbering. Let's see how to add this numbering into your document. Right, like this. So this is my uh, topic. Right. So okay, let's see how to add this numbering. Right. So first of all, I have to select this entire list. Right. Right now, this should be the numbering format, like this, right? So this is my document. So first of all, I'll select the entire list, all right? So, and then I'll apply the major numbering, all right? So this is called level 1 numbering or major numbering. So from here, you can select the whatever number style that you want to apply, right? So this one, no, this one, no, this one, no, whatever style. For the time being, I'll select this one. And then actually in here I have the second level of numbering and then third level likewise, right? So what we have to do, you have to select the entire list, and then from here, so in here we have the sub numbering styles, all right? So this style is there, this one is there. In my case I need this one 1.1, 1.2, likewise, all right? So I need this one, therefore I apply this sub numbering style, right? Still the major numbering is applied. So let's see how to apply the sub numbering. So you have to do like this, right? So this is 1, that is okay. This is 1.1. Then click on the beginning of this word, and then you can use the tab key from your keyboard, tab key. Just you can press the tab space, tab space. All right. So next one, select here and then press tab space. Select here, press tab or from here there's an option called indent here, increase indent. You can click on this increase indent as well, all right? So from here you have to select the second one, and then you have to keep two increase indent, that means two tab spaces. From here you have to keep two tab spaces, one, two, all right? So from here you have to keep two tab spaces, one, two. Likewise, you can keep tab space also. For the time being, assume I made mistake. From here, I keep tab space. In this case, this should be the second one. Then you can decrease the indent by using this decrease indent option. So from here, assume this next one, I keep two indent, right? So I made mistake. So therefore, here I can decrease the indent. So likewise, you can do the sub numbering as well, right? So you can do the sub numbering easily by using the tab space or this increase or decrease indent, right? So I'm not going to repeat because since this video you can pause and then you can rewind and then you can study well, right? So likewise, it's easy to do this numbering, major numbering and the sub numbering as well, right? So same procedure can be applied for the what you call this bullets and uh, bullets as well, right? So this bullet, right? So if you want, you can use this bullet list, all right? So likewise, you can apply the bullets as well like this, right? You can apply the bullets, right? So these bullets, major bullets are there, and then sub bullets are there. So if you want, you can use the same formatting, so same procedure, right? So you can increase and decrease the indent by increasing or decreasing the indent. You can apply the several bullets styles like this, right? Like this. Now all are in one style, right? So if you want to change this, you can apply this increase and decrease indentation, right? So like this, you can do the same thing in here, right? So bullets and numbering are in same procedure can be followed, right? Okay, so that's about the numbering and bullets, right? Okay, next let's see how to uh, separate columns, right? Separate columns in your document, right? So usually in here we have only one column, right? So in newspapers, right? So in journals you may have seen we have several columns, right? So the paragraphs are uh, placed in several columns, right? So for the time being, I'll take these two paragraphs, right? Okay, right, like this. So I'll take these two paragraphs, right? So those are zero indent, right? So these are two paragraphs, right? So if I want, I can keep these two paragraphs into two columns, right? Two columns. So how can I separate in two columns? I'll select two paragraphs and go to the layout tab, right? Layout tab. And the layout tab, there's a category called page setup. So from here, I can change number of column. By default, now it's in one column. Now can I can separate my paragraphs into two columns, right? So if you want more columns, there's option called more columns. So from here you can select under if you want, you can three columns, right? So or there are some additional options are there, right? So if you want, you can change the width and space between two columns, right? So if it is two here, so this is the default width of the two paragraphs, right? If you want, you can decrease the width of the paragraph, or you can increase the width of the paragraph, right? Like this, right? And then you can keep some space between two paragraphs, right? Like this, right? And then if you want, you can put a line. You can insert a line between two paragraphs like this, right? Likewise, you can do a lot of formattings by using the columns as well, right? Okay. Then I save this, all right? Okay. And then next one is there's an option called tabs, right? Tabs. So let's see how to use tabs in my document, right? So in here, I have example in here. So I'll demonstrate how to do this, right? So in here, right? So actually, these text are aligned into center, right? So these text are aligned into left, all right? So what about this one? This is aligned into right, and then actually these texts are lead by tab leader. We call tab, right? So here dotted line. Actually, dotted line is lead by this content, and then this content is uh, aligned into this decimal point, right? So let's see how can we use this, how to use this tab positions in our document, right? So I save this and then I create a new document, right? By using this new document option, right? So I'll take the blank document and then I'll save this one as a tabs, right? So I'll save on desktop and then go to my folder. I save tabs, right? Okay, so by default, right? So by default, so for example, if I create, say, my personal information from by using this Word document, so I type say name, and then I keep tab space by using tab key, right? So if I press tab key, it will be stopped in point 0.5, point 0.5 inch, right? So in here, right? So if I say school attend, all right? So from here, if I put this keep tab space, it will be stopped in 1 inch, 1 inch. All right. So from here, if I press tab space, it will be stopped in zero point 0.5, right? Zero point 0.5, right? So if I press tab again, it will be stopped in 1 inch. If I press tab space again, so it will be stopped in 1.5. Again, it is 2. So this one also 1, 1.5, 2. So default tab stop position is a nearest zero point 0.5 location. Right? So actually default tab space is zero point 0.5. Right? So in here 1, the next tab space stop position is 1.5. Next stop position is 2 inch. Right? Likewise, so that is default tab stop position, that is zero point 0.5. Right? So if I mean say in here 0.4 inch, then the nearest one is zero point 0.5. Next one is 1. Likewise, so that is default tab stop position. Right? So if you want, you can change this tab stop position. That means from here I can go to the say 1.5 or 2. So likewise, you can change the uh, tab stop positions. All right. So let's see how to do this. Right. Uh, Assume now I want to do this particular example. Right. So how to do this, right? So go to this paragraph window, right? So you know the paragraph formatting is in the home tab, and then this in paragraph category, you can click on this arrow, and then you can go to this paragraph window, right? From the left hand bottom corner, there's a tab called tabs. Tabs. You can click on this tabs uh, tab, right? Then you can have this tab window, right? From here, you can define the tab stop positions. Tab stop position, right? So in here, tab stop position. Assume the first one. First one I stop. Assume in 1 inch. All right. So from here, you can select the alignment. Alignment. Actually, this is centered alignment. Center alignment. Right. So here there is no tab leader. Therefore, I click save. The next one assume I'll put say tab stop position is 1.5, and then which is aligned to left, and then click set. All right. And then next one is say the third one, that is say assume stop in 3.5, 3.5, right? And then which is aligned to the right side, then I click set 3.5. Assume the next one stop in inch 5, inch 5, 5, and then which contain the tab leader, say dotted line is tab leader. I click OK, right? Okay. Now you can see those tab stop positions are available here, right? So when I press the tab at first time, it will be stopping 1 inch. Say the content is code. So when I press tab in here, it's stopping 1.5. So that is description, right? And then when I click on here, it will be stopping 3.5. That is units. Then when I click the fourth tab, it will be stopped in say 5 inch 5 lead by dotted line. So that is say unit price, right? Okay, code is one, say book, and then say unit is say 50, and then say unit price is 50.00. The second one. So assume the for the time being I put say 10, and then this is say pen, and then say units are say 180, and then unit price is say 12.5. So which is aligned by using this. Actually, this is aligned to right side, right? So if you want, you can change this tab stop position and the tab as well, right? So actually, this last one is I made mistake, right? So in here, this is right line, but it should be aligned to the decimal tab, decimal decimal point. Then I select decimal and click OK. Right, so I have to select the entire text, right? So if you made mistake like this, right, so go to file and then select decimal alignment, and then you have to set it and click OK. Now those are aligned to the decimal point, right? Okay, so if you want, you can delete this and then type like this unit, right? Okay, the third one, that is say 101, and then say that is eraser, right? So say this is say 90, and then say point is say 5.75. Now you can realize, right? So this is aligned to the decimal point. Likewise, if you made mistake, you can correct it, right? So that's why I want to demonstrate. So because if you made mistake, no need to do the same thing from the beginning, all right? So this is 20, say 150.25. So like this. So this is aligned to the decimal point. So this is right aligned. So this is left aligned. So this is centered, right? Likewise, you can use the tab, right? So with tab stop positions, right, to do the alignments, right? Okay, so that's about the using tabs in MS Word, right? Okay, that's about the tabs. And then next one is how to use tables, how to, how to insert tables, right? So assume, so this is one of the table that we have to do in our exercises, right? So let's see how to insert tables in our Word document, right? So I go to the next page. So if you want to go to the next page, I can go to the next page by using Control Enter. By using the Control Enter key, I can go to the next page, right? So if you want to enter, insert the table, right? Table, right? So there's an option called table under the insert tab, right? So before that, I'll explain the what are the features available in tables, right? So in here, right? So in here, so in this table, so this is table, right? This is table. So in here, how many columns are there? So in what you call in vertical direction, we have columns, right? So these are columns. So in here, description column, unit price column, quantity column. So we call these are columns. So in here we have three number of columns. All right. So for the horizontal side, so in horizontal direction we have rows. So this is header row. This is header row, and then here we have four rows. Altogether we have five rows with three columns. Right. So likewise, when you insert a table, right, so you have to specify number of columns and rows. You have to mention number of columns and rows, right? Or by using this palette, you can select. So in here, I select three columns and then five rows. Likewise, you can insert columns and rows, columns and rows, right? So for the time being, say student registration number, say registration number, and say student name. Assume this is a sheet, and then say signature like this. So in here I have only four rows, right? So if you want some additional rows, you can select the entire table and then go to insert below. Likewise, you can insert any number of columns as you want, right? So in here, go to insert rows below. Or you, if you want to select insert only one row, go to the end of the table and click on like this, right? Like this, you can select insert rows and columns into your table like this, right? Like this, you can insert any number of rows and columns into your table, right? Okay. So assume I assume my table is so I select entire table and then say I select this number of rows, all right, and then go to insert option, and then actually I'm going to insert number of rows just below. Now my table is spread into the say two pages. Sometimes it may be insert into three pages, right? Like this, it may be insert into number of pages in my document, like this, right? Like this. Okay. So assume I want to apply, I want to insert the same header. So this is called table header. If I want to apply same header in my table, how can I do this? So no need to type in each and every page. So it should be registration number, student name, signature. It should be here and then here. All right. So how can I insert the same header in each page? Actually, uh, top of the each page, right? So in your table. So this is how we do this, right? So you can select the header, and then so once if you click on this table, so once if you click on this table, you can have a table tools. So this is additional two tabs, right? Design and layout. So this is related to your table, right? So when you click on here, you can have this those two tabs, right? So that is come under table. All right. So that is this tab is related to the table formatting. Table formatting. When you select the table, this table tool is applied. Right. So go to the design and layout. So there are two tabs: design and layout. Right. So by using the layout tab, there's an option called repeat header rows. Repeat header rows. Right. So here by click on this repeat header row, so you can repeat this header in top of your table in each new page. So I click this repeat header row. There you can find, right? Repeat header row. Likewise, you can apply the same header in top of your table in each new page, right? So that's one thing. And then if you want, you can do the formatting from here as well, right? So you can split your table, and then you can change the height and then width of the table cell, right? So likewise you can do this, you can change this width and height, right? So assume. So from here, assume I want to insert a row below, so not below, the above the table. So I can insert row below above the table. And then from here, assume I want to add these three column into one. We merge these cells. Actually, this is called one particular text box is one particular box is called table cell. So in here, I want to merge these three cells so that it compose one particular cell. How can I merge this? Select three and then right click on here, and there's option called merge cells. Merge cells. All right. So say attendance sheet, right? Of say VS particular batch, right? Likewise, right? So from here I can do this alignments, and then so there are two alignments. So from here, so actually this is called uh, horizontal alignment. So left align, center, right. So from right side, so we can have the vertical alignment, right? Here, right? So here we can align, so like this, right? So likewise, we can align your text into the both directions, right? And then you can change this text directions, right? Like this. So you can do these things and practice, right? Okay, and then assume I change this table, so I insert another column, right? So far we insert only rows. So if you want, you can insert column to the right like this, right? So assume it says that I change this header. Say this is a student marks, right? Say assume so this is the say basic course, say IT one note one, say EN one note one, likewise, right? And then say basic mathematics, say MT one note one, right? Likewise. So assume there are three courses, right? So I insert another column to the left side, right? So like this, right? So assume I want to merge these two, right? So right click on here, and then you can merge, or from here you can merge it, right? Registration number, right? So assume this is VS say 20001. Likewise, you can have say several students are there, right? Like this, right? So for the time being, I copy and paste this text, right? So this is 3, this is say 4, right? Okay, and then say I'll put some numbers in here, say 85, and then say 54. Likewise, I put some numbers, right? Like this, right? Like this, I put some numbers. Okay, Now what I want to do, I want to calculate the summation, the total marks. Right. So assume this is total. Right. So if you want, you can merge these two as well. Right. So this is total. So how can I do this calculation? Right. So actually, in MS Words, we don't have that much of uh, what you call calculation options, right? Like MS Access, sorry, MS Excel, right? But we can do the basic calculations in here, right? So we can do the basic calculations like summation, calculating average, all those options are there, right? So let's see how to do this, right? So first of all, we have to think about uh, what we need to do, right? So from here, uh, there is an option called formula, right? So again, which is available under the table tools. Go to the layout, and then select where we need the summation, right? So this is the uh, cell that we need to summation of this VS20001, right? And then go to the layout, and then select the formula, right? From here, you can select the formula, or just you can write this, right? So from here, there are several formulas are there. So assume you have this win, then you have to press the equal symbol, right? And then from here, you can select the whatever formula that you want, right? So in this case, I need summation. So the relevant formula is sum. What I need to get the total, I need to get the total of this left hand side numbers. Therefore, I have to type say left, and then from here I can select the number format, right? So if it is currency, I can select this format, right? So right now I don't have this currency, therefore I click OK, right? So in here I have to do the same thing, right? Sum, not the above, say left, click OK. So from here also I have to select the say sum and then left. Sum of the left numbers. All right. So from here, I have to select sum. So within bracket, I will type say left. Within round bracket, I will type left. All right. So assume this is my table. I have only this table, right? So for the time being, I'll delete this, right? So those headers are applied because I have applied that option in earlier, right? So for the time being, I'll delete this, right? So assume in here, I need to get the total of these marks. How can we get the total? So I need to get the total into here, right? So I'll select this box, so this cell, and then go to the table tools, go to the layout, and then go to the formula. I need this is what I need, right? So I clear it. So put the equal sign. I need summation, therefore I put say sum, and then within two round brackets. So here there are two round bracket like this, right? Within two round bracket, I say I need the summation of above numbers above. Click OK. Then I can take the total value of these marks. Likewise, I can do the calculation as well, right? So if you want total, you can get the total like this. But usually we need average. Let's see how to take the average. Go to formula, right? I need average, so therefore I put equal symbol, and then from here I take the average of above numbers, right? So I'll type above and click OK. Then I can have average, right? So assume, so if I update like this, see this is 85, this is 92, right? So I assume I made some mistake and then I update, right? So here also say this is say 85, say this is say 65. Now all the total marks are incorrect because I want to update this, right? I have to update this, right? So if I update like this, so this is no need to do the same process again, right? So in addition to that, right? So what we can do, right click on this answer and then you can update this field. Right click on this answer and then update. All right. So no need to do the same process again. All right. So you can update this answer. All right. Again, you have to update the average as well. Likewise, you can do the calculations as well. If you want, you can merge these three cells. You know how to merge, and then you can find, say, the average like this, right? Okay, so this is class average, right? So likewise, you can do the basic formattings and then the inserting tables, formatting paragraphs in MS Word. So those are the basic things that we have to know in MS Word. In next video, I'm going to discuss some advanced features available in MS Word, right? So those are also very useful in your uh, day-to-day works in your degree programs, right? So, okay, especially creating reports and then doing assignments, right? And all those things are related to your academic works, right? So these are the basics formatting, right? So you can practice these things in your personal computer, so somewhere else, right? Okay, let's join with the next video as well. I stop for the basic formatting and then basics in MS Word in here. And then in next video, I'm going to discuss the advanced features in MS Word. Okay, thank you very much.